So hello, good evening and welcome to your class today. Now today we're going to look at page 58. So open please page 58 and we are going to look at exercise 2. Can you see? Vocabulary, adjectives ending in ed and ing. Now let's look at exercise A, shall we? It says, look at the two highlighted words in the article. Which word describes, number 1, how a person feels, and number 2, a thing or a situation. Okay, let's find the highlighted words in the text. Can you see them? Well, we have boring in the middle, more or less, and bored at the very bottom. Now, can you see? We have boring ing and we have bored ed. Now, take a moment to complete exercise A. Now, have you got some answers? Let's check. Now, the adjective used to describe how a person feels is bored with ed, bored. And the adjective which is used to describe a thing or a situation is boring with ing. Now, let's pause for a moment and let's analyze the difference. Because if you translate bored and boring, you get aburrido. So what is the difference? Let me explain. Now, before we look at this, I'm going to tell you in Spanish, you have a very nice way of making the difference between ed and ing. Let's see if you can find the trick before I tell you. Are you ready? So, vocabulary notes. Adjectives ending in ed and ing. So, several common adjectives have two forms with different meanings. For example, tired and tiring. No, I am tired, no, because my day is tiring. No, yo estoy cansada porque mi día me cansa, no? Es cansado también. Now, the ed form has a passive meaning. Now, this is very important. No, it has a passive meaning and describes a person who feels this way. No, so it is really a state, no? Es un estado, ¿no? Es como me siento yo dadas unas circunstancias específicas, ¿no? O en una situación dada. Bien. Now, the ing form has an active meaning and describes the person or thing that produces the feeling, ¿no? La persona o la cosa que produce esa sensación, ¿no? Now, most adjectives that end in ed, perdona, me falta una S, vamos a ponerlo, excuse me, most adjectives, ¿no? La mayoría de los adjetivos, claro, has to be plural, perdona. Most adjectives that end in ed also exist ending in ing, ¿no? Es muy típico, si existe el ed, que también exista el ing. But there are some which don't, and this is very important. For example, stressed. I'm feeling stressed, but my job is very stressful, ¿no? Lleno de estrés. So, eso sería una excepción, porque sí que es cierto que casi todos existen en ed e ing, ¿no? Si existe el ed, existe el ing. Y siempre, casi siempre, para describir emociones o sentimientos, ¿vale? ¿Habéis pillado ahí el truco? Yo creo que sí. Normalmente en inglés, cuando usamos los terminados en ed, corresponde a vuestro estar, ¿no? And when we use ing, corresponde a vuestro ser, ¿no? Siempre hablamos, ¿no? de estos dos verbos y aquí creo que os puede ayudar muchísimo a distinguir entre el ed, que es el estado que usa el verbo estar, y el ing, que empieza a ser más permanente y es el ser, ¿no? Yo estoy aburrida, ¿no? Mi vida es aburrida. ¿No? So far so good. Pero también puedo ser yo aburrida. Espero que no, espero que no, espero que no. Vamos a ver. Now, let's go back to exercise B. Now, let's see. It says, circle the correct adjective in the questions below. Listen and check. How do you say the adjectives? Well, take a moment to look at the sentences. Okay? Try to see if it is the way the person feels, or if the person or the thing or the situation is producing that feeling. Okay, now pause the video because when you come back, I'll be correcting. Have you got some answers? Well, let's check. Now, sentence number 1A. Do you think Sundays are usually bored or boring? What do you think? Sundays are boring, ¿no? Si son aburridos, ¿no? Now, letter B. Are you bored or boring with your job or studies? Ay, estás bored, estás aburrido, te aburren, ¿no? Los estudios. Very good. What about number 2? What kind of weather makes you feel depressed? What kind of weather makes you feel depressing? Well, aquí tengo el verbo feel, ¿no? Que es sentir, ¿no? O sea, que me imagino que es depressed, ¿no? Deprimido, ¿no? O incluso de bajón, ¿no? Do you think the news is always depressing? Ah, si es deprimente, ¿no? Si son deprimentes las noticias. Muy bien. Now, muchos en español tienen ese deprimido, ¿no? Deprimente, sorprendido, sorprendente, interesante, ¿no? O interesado incluso. Pero muchos otros no. Y entonces conviene entender la diferencia entre el ser y el estar, ¿no? Bien, el estado, ¿no? Y la cosa, la persona que produce ese estado, que sería el ing. Now, number 3. What activities do you find? What do you think? ED or ing? Relaxing, ¿no? ¿Cuáles son relajantes para ti? Do you usually feel relaxed or relaxing at the end of the weekend? Why or why not? Well, how do you feel? Do you feel relaxed? Good. Number 4, have you read any interested or interesting articles or books? Pues son interesantes, ¿no? Los articles. Good. What sports are you interested in or what sports are you interested in? Pues interested, ¿no? Estás tú interesado o te interesan, ¿no? What about number 5? Ooh, my favorite. Ooh, my favorite. Let's see. Are you excited, hombre, claro, about your next holiday? Are you doing anything exciting next weekend? Number 6. What were you frightened or frightening of when you were a child? Pues frightened, ¿no? Asustador. Tener miedo de algo, ¿no? Do you find storms frightening? Very nice. Now, it says ask and answer the questions with a partner. Give more information if you can. So we'll practice this, ¿no? In our speaking class, but in the meantime, feel free to do it vaya WhatsApp, ¿no? Que me podéis mandar los mensajes al WhatsApp si os animáis y si os atrevéis, ¿vale? Now, let's look, please, at page 66. Can you see page 66? Are you ready? Now, and let's have a look at exercise 1. Vocabulary adjectives ending in ed and ing. Now, here we go. It says, circle the correct adjective. How to survive the winter, ¿no? Cómo sobrevivir al invierno. Ooh, very important here in Burgos, ¿no? Learning how to survive the winter. Now, take a moment to read the text and try to choose the correct adjective, ed or ing. Okay, so pause the video because when we come back, I'll be correcting. Are you ready? Have you got some answers? Okay, let's see. Now, if you're in the middle of a long, dark winter and are beginning to feel a bit depressed now about spending another cold weekend at home, don't worry. Here are some things you can do to make yourself feel better. Get moving. Pues muévete, ¿no? Exercise is one of the best things you can do, but remember that doing just one kind of exercise can get a bit boring, porque es aburrido hacer un tipo de ejercicio solo, ¿no? So try different things. Go swimming, go for a walk, get on a bike, etc. Eat chocolate. Oh, I like this one. Do you like this one? Eat chocolate? The newspapers all got very excited, no se emocionaron, estaban emocionados, no, recently, about reports that chocolate is good for you. Hooray! And it seems to be true. Chocolate contains tryptophan, which makes you feel happier and more relaxed. Claro, relajado, no? Tryptophan. Book a holiday abroad or a weekend away. Oh, not for the moment. We have to wait for this, don't we? It always helps to do something different. A holiday somewhere hot or a skiing holiday can mean you get to see the sun. But if you don't have much money after Christmas or you're frightened of flying, a weekend away close to home gives you something to look forward to. No, maybe if your village is in the same province as Burgos, you can go. No? Now, read a book. Turn off your phone and the TV and shut down your laptop. Go to your local bookshop. These usually have all kinds of interesting books you can read. See people, not online, but in real life. Again, this one's difficult for us right now, no? Invite people to your house for dinner in the middle of winter. An evening in front of the fire with family and friends is really relaxing. How did you do? Fantastic? I imagine. Now let's look at exercise B. Complete the sentences with adjectives ending in ed or ing. For example, interested or interesting. Now again, I'll give you a minute. No? Pause the video, fill in the gaps. Welcome back. Are you ready to look? Okay, number 1 is the example. I'm reading a really interesting article. Number 2, going away for the weekend is very relaxing. No es relajante, no? Number 3, this film is really boring. Turn the TV off. Number 4, Helen's very depressed because she's just lost her job. Number 5, my cousin is very interested in fashion. Number 6, congratulations, that's really exciting news. Number 7, the news is all very depressing at the moment. Number 8, we've had a very frightening experience yesterday. Frightening experience. Number 9, Mom, I'm bored. I have nothing to do. And number 10, the dogs are very excited to see us when we came home. The dogs were very excited to see us when we came home. Now, I've just remembered I didn't play the recording for you. Oye, que se me ha olvidado poner la grabación, o sea que volvemos, please, a la página 58, y vamos a escuchar estas frases. Are you ready?
4.21 1. Do you think Sundays are usually boring?
Are you bored with your job or studies?
2.
What kind of weather makes you feel depressed?
Do you think the news is always depressing?
3.
What activities do you find relaxing?
Do you usually feel relaxed at the end of the weekend?
4.
Have you read any interesting articles or books recently?
What sports are you interested in?
5.
Are you excited about your next holiday?
Are you doing anything exciting next weekend? 6.
What were you frightened of when you were a child?
Do you find storms frightening?
Now, excuse me, because I forgot to listen to the sentences. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching.